I think if I hear you call me Becky one more time, six-pack, I'm gonna pop your tops. All six of them.
Who are you?
Hey, this is Matt once again. We're back to another video, and there's another paid request, this time from Megan. Thank you so much for that. For anyone interested in requesting any type of videos or topics or reactions or reviews, hopefully when all this stuff in Texas is actually getting better, it won't be so dark, but can only do how I can do it, you know. I'm playing with the cards given to me. I'll get to it as soon as I can. But again, it could be pretty much any type of video, either through PayPal or Patreon. Both things are down below in the info box. And this is for Impetigore, film I had never heard of. It's an Indonesian horror film. Trying to be a bit like Midsommar, I guess. That's the comparison I've heard, but I thought this was better. And I would say the movie, at the very least, it's well directed, as in it's a very good looking film. And its cinematography, and the story was intriguing enough to make me wonder what was happening. The fact it was an Indonesian horror film, because I honestly just haven't seen many Indonesian horror films. I've seen action ones, but not horror. And the story is, this lady's a toll booth, and one night this creepy guy keeps staring at her and then starts to chase her, tries to kill her, looks like trying to skin her, but the guy gets shot by cops. So soon after, her and her friend decide to go to this place that they found in this old photograph of hers, and maybe if the place is good enough, maybe sell it, get some money off it, see what happens next. So they go to this village. I said the movie, it's a very good looking film. The cinematography, it creates a nice creepy mood to it. Times where she's seeing like kids in the distance, and just the way scenes are lit, and like they go on the gravesite and they just keep realizing there's a lot of children's graves here. And then what you come to find out, spoilers, that the town is cursed, where the village, people who give birth in the village, their babies are born with no skin. Which, no, you don't see a lot of that, which is fine. But that's an idea I've never heard before. A curse where a baby is born with no skin, and they're still alive, but then the village leader kind of gets rid of them and tries to find a way to stop this curse. So like I said, it's an interesting idea. And like I said, the lighting, the mood, the acting is fine. I mean, more likely you won't find the film, it's a foreign film, so there's going to be subtitles. You don't have to read. And then you learn the history and how that links up with the lead girl, which you may figure it out what and how that pertains to it. Spoiler alert, extra spoilers. you find out that, well, at first you find out that a ritual was done long ago, that the village leader gave birth to her kid who had no skin, but then did a pact where, oh, maybe if you kill 3 or other kids, then the baby will be regaining skin, like a pact with the devil. And then what you find out more is that the grandma cursed the dad, aka the village leader, because he had an affair with someone. After he had an affair with someone, a curse is put upon it. Boom, born with no skin. And then the dad, I'm trying to remember if he did the pact with the devil then and killed the 3 girls, or if the grandma helped with that too. I can't remember exactly. And as you would guess, the lead girl, yes, is the daughter of this village leader. I will say, I wouldn't say I was in love with the movie. There's a movie that's not a heavily action-filled movie. If you're expecting a lot of stuff happening, you're not going to get it. It's not a bloody, well, I shouldn't say that, but it's not, and it's not a movie with a lot of action in it. I don't mean action as in gunfights, face. I mean like action as in you're not going to get a lot of jump scares, which that's actually a good thing. It is more about trying to build up a story and build up of a tone. Some really good camera work. There's a bit where the camera is gliding around to different rooms, and it glides to this crib, and you see something pull back, and it reveals it. Then it goes back, and it goes forward again. Like, that was a nice piece of direction, where it's gliding through the house and telling the story via camera. I guess what I meant by no action, the movie's slow. It's a slow-moving picture, and it's not going to be everyone's cup of tea. I wouldn't even say it was really a big cup of tea for me, but I thought it was a lot more interesting than Midsommar. I thought it was better directed, honestly, and it wasn't as goofy. Like, Midsommar I found fucking goofy, as well as boring. This movie, it's slow-moving. I don't know if I would say I was bored. Yeah, at least the look of the film and the acting and the story, okay, made me wonder, okay, what is happening here? Where is this going? It was an interesting enough setup. Spoiler alert, I do wish a bit more was done with this idea. You've come to find out that these missing girls, the dead girls, they want the skin, because they were skinned the way these girls were killed. They were skinned, and the skin needs to be returned to their bodies. I don't know. I thought that was done a bit too easily. As in, once found it, almost the next scene is at the graveside. Maybe not the next scene, but it seemed like fairly easily got to there, reunited it. I don't know, maybe a bit more with maybe the lead seeing the girls even more, or maybe the girls like talking to her and doing something that gives some kind of, well, to be fair, there's a little bit of that. It's not like there's none. I just for something about that I wanted a little bit more. Maybe just I wanted it to be more of a difficult journey when she got the skin, then to return it to their bodies a little bit more. Like maybe a journey of, okay, where are your bodies? Where are your bodies hidden? And maybe clues that lead her along to find where the bodies are. Because, yeah, the skin was hidden, but maybe the bodies are hidden too. And that'd be more of a journey and more of a obstacle to overcome. That's not really the case. One last thing for spoilers. I was fine with the ending to a point where her friend has been put upside down and killed. She's now, after she's returned and set the girl's souls free, she's hung upside down because the locals and the grandma think if you do it, you kill her, maybe it'll break the curse so that more people don't get born skinless, more babies. And the guy's ready to do it, and the girl's like, wait, I'm your daughter. And tells a little bit what's going on. And then, of course, the grandma's like, shut up. And lo and behold, a baby is born and it's healthy. And the guy kind of looks at that and looks at her and realizes it is his daughter. And the grandma tries to stab her, and the guy stops her and takes the knife to his neck. And just out of guilt of what he's done in the past. And then the grandma cries and she cuts her neck. And then one of the locals is actually a friend to our lead, and go off and run, and she runs off, and things are fine. And then a year later, we're at the village again, and it's not our lead, she's gone, but it's two people give birth. And I guess now there's a new curse where the grandma's now a demon. Instead of making baby skinless, will take the fetus and eat it. And I went, it's really there to just give a shocking moment to the audience. I will say the music, the soundtrack wasn't too bad in that scene. Really the rest of the movie, it's just, within the story, I don't think it was really needed. I really don't think it was needed. It felt more like a sequel-bait ending. I'm not saying they don't make a sequel, but it felt like one. Where, okay, now there's a new curse, but now it's this. I'm like, well, where did this, how was this curse brought upon? Because the original curse was a pact done with the devil. That didn't happen here. It was the grandma just willy-nilly going, there was no pact. It's not like she said some ritual, blah, 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 and then did it. It's like, no, it was instant. What, did some random person make it, like, just because she killed, I guess what, because she made a pact with the devil? Wouldn't that be something that she gets punished for? But if she was an innocent person, forced to do evil things, that would be a punishment. And this pact with the devil, I don't know. It's like, oh, now, and it's not even the same curse, it's a different curse. So, I just... The thing with endings like that is that, okay, we summarize the story, we've accomplished something with the story, something's been solved, something's been fixed, something's been resolved, and then just to have this type of ending, a lot of sucked out. And I wouldn't say you're at square one, because at least the lead girl found out what's going on and, her heritage, and she left. She survived. But it's like, a lot of the other stuff is just, that stuff being resolved didn't matter. Oh, you stopped the curse. It didn't matter because the next year is just a new curse. Well, that just makes the story less important then, does it? The resolution of that less important. Some people go, what's... Oh, to me, it is kind of a big deal. I'm not saying you have to do that every single time, but a lot of times I think these directors pull these endings out of their asses without realizing your resolution of a story, which is an important part of a story in my opinion, is kind of defeated when you keep doing shit like that. I think some people have to take a step back and go, is it really worth it to have this? And to me, a lot of times it's not. That's just me, so... But yeah, I guess if you like films, maybe The Wicker Man is another comparison, or Midsommar, where the lead character might be involved in some kind of sacrifice to ease some kind of either curse or suffering or whatever. But like I said, at least the acting was fine. Again, it's Indonesian, so you have to read subtitles. The cinematography, music, the camera work, the lighting, it sets a good mood, atmosphere. The story was at least interesting and wasn't typical. You know, I haven't seen this type of story done many times before, but it is a slow-moving movie. Whether you'll be satisfied with the ending, I don't know. You know, I watched it. I didn't hate it. At least it was well made, but I kind of indifferent on it either. Well, you know what? It was better than I thought it'd be. Because Impetigore is a weird name. Impetigore? Impetigore sounds like a really shitty... Impetigore sounds like one of those fucking films like, it'd be next to the aisle to Violent Shit. You don't know Violent Shit, watch Cinema Snob's review of the Violent Shit movies. It would seem like one of those movies. Violent Shit 2, Violent Shit 3, Impetigore. And really, there's not a lot of gore in a film called Impetigore. There's a little bit of blood, you know, throat getting slit. You know, but it's not gory compared to its title, Impetigore. So it's a weird, it's kind of a stupid name, honestly. I think the name does get, gives a disservice. I do think the film is better than the fucking name, Impetigore. What the fuck does that mean, Impetigore? For some reason, it makes me think of pedicure, which is stupid. Is not it, but what's this? You don't have a Impetigore? There you go. Someone who does pedicures and kills people. Takes their fucking fingers off and shows up their noses or something. Impetigore. Coming soon. So, Impetigore. I'm sure maybe it means something else I'm not understanding. But there you go. So, with that said, thanks for watching. We'll see you guys later. Bye-bye.